Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Third time. Om Shanti. Since Baba had been saying that our yoga shouldn't be ordinary, but it should be volcanic. And I think there is lot of interest in Brahmin family to create that stage of volcanic yoga. And there had been lot of inquiries, lot of questions, and what exactly it means to have volcanic yoga. In Hindi we call it Jwalamukhi. Jwala is actually flame. So how our stage or our yoga can be volcanic. So actually every thought can increase, or we can increase the intensity of that thought. We can increase the intensity of that virtue. We can increase the intensity of power. Or in other words, when you become embodiment, that means there is that fullness, completeness. Like we all can say that we have all powers, but to have 100% all powers. We all have all virtues, but not 100%. So that's where also when Baba says become complete means 100%. We all have tolerance, but sometimes we find that we do not have enough tolerance, so some wasteful thoughts could come and our reactions and responses will show intolerance, lack of tolerance. So how capacity or voltage, what is power really is the voltage. You look at the light, and looking at the light, you immediately say, you start kind of guessing and say, it might be 100 voltage or 600, 500. So voltage is like the intensity. And when there is intensity, there is more light. So what I had been doing is, I take just one thought and sometimes spend an hour or half an hour, depends on, and then to stay with that thought, not repeat the thought, but stay with the thought to see how you can totally 100% be that. So even if there are thoughts, it's not churning, but it is more like experiencing. You want to experience something, you want to experiment something, and one is you just churn, you think about it. So we have to go beyond churning, beyond thinking. But also, when you are in that silence or when you are in that experience, some thoughts will emerge from there. But those thoughts are like, as you are experiencing, you are feeling light, or you are feeling that, within you there are certain spots which are being removed, or you start feeling that certain things you were holding and you are able to release them. And suddenly you find that you were maybe carrying something with you from past, and that's disappearing. So the experiences will be there for each thought. But it shouldn't be as if I have to keep thinking. But as I am practicing that, then whatever experience comes, there might be few thoughts related to that experience. And that's fine, because they are within that experience, so they are not thoughts from here, there. Actually, Amrit Vela is a very good time in the morning to just take 45 minutes to 1 hour to just experience either first within yourself and increase that intensity of that thought, or in other words, be embodiment of that. And secondly, also, you should be so much at that time, be with Baba, but also when you are with Baba, it should be in the same quality. Like some Baba's children, even they are very sincere, they make lot of efforts, but sometimes they find that there is little bit of thoughts which are not satoguni, they are rajoguni, they get mixed little bit, or lack of that purity within the thought. So, or through any sense organs there is feeling of impurity. So then we create relationship with Baba as purifier. And purifier, but also pure fire. No? So really you get into that, and many, when I tell them that this has gone beyond your efforts, because they are very good souls, but some weakness and something from the past, or a connection with other souls looking at you with those kind of body consciousness. And many shared that how after that they feel naturally very, very pure. So we have to do it on the level of soul consciousness. That means within myself, increasing that intensity, voltage or capacity. But on other is that being with Baba in that relationship. Because Jwalamukhi or volcanic yoga can also be connected with becoming like Baba, because that's also complete and Bab-saman. And we had been watching Dadi Gulzar, and 2-3 days ago I had good chance to sit with Neeluben, and we were just chatting, and she had so many experiences with Dadi Gulzar, seeing that how she's becoming or almost there as Bab-saman. So whether it's thoughts or words or image or drishti, because she feels that if she has to maintain that stage so that it's easy for Baba to come and to use her instrument. So a good point came that we were having some situation and there was discussion what should be the answer. And then we said to Dadi Gulzar that you are the right person to say this. So she smiled, she was quiet, then she said, I won't say it because I am Baba's chariot, I cannot use these words, I cannot get involved into this. So she always has this thought that no, it cannot be ordinary, it cannot be whatever you all think because it's Baba's chariot. So, and she was saying, Nilu, that she always says, no, I don't want to make it difficult for Baba. I want to maintain a stage where when God comes, can use me as an instrument and that flow continues. And I had been really since few years thinking that as much this affiliation or affinity with God into one of His quality, one of His power, and thinking that way, really you will start finding that feeling like Baba, or others will also experience that. They experience not just love, but they experience Baba's love. They don't just experience soul consciousness, but they experience presence of Baba. I mean, that's what ultimately Baba wants, that every child really should be that image of Baba. Not only child, but also child so master. So if you take on both levels of practicing, that at the level of soul consciousness, but also then staying with Baba as ocean of that quality, bestower of that quality, and remain merged into that as well. So this really doesn't require a lot of effort. It's not really extra effort, but it's just to stay focused and start creating different stages for long time. You hear many experiences, but one time Dadi Janki was not too well and we had gone for call of time, and she definitely wanted to be there. And she was with Baba, she was doing everything, and suddenly she said, oh, what Dadi Gulzar does, she creates bodiless stage. So she said, she just felt Baba is saying, create, emerge bodiless stage, not create. No, because at that time if you start practicing, but if you haven't practiced. So she said she emerged bodiless stage, and then her hands start moving. She start feeling that her whole ability, to function again, use of body. So emerging that stage. But if that stage there had been practice, you have created that stage, then only you can emerge, isn't it? It's not suddenly you say, oh, I want to be bodiless. So you start thinking, I have to be bodiless, but it won't work instantly. So that's what really is significance, that if I say, I have to be silent, shouldn't have any thoughts. Because thought begins and it's not right. So don't think, don't allow it to think. Don't go in details of it, because it hasn't taken right shape. It doesn't sound proper. So you can just divert it and say, no more thinking on this. It becomes very interesting to check at that level when it's starting, instead of then it goes, then you say, no, I shouldn't think, and it's a lot of waste of time. But if you had been practicing, and you're saying that it's coming from some emotion, it's coming from some feelings, they are not very good, I'm touched by something, and so you know that now it will start, right? But if you capture that at that time and say, no, whatever it is, I am not thinking this way. I am not going into details of this thought. And you can use full stop there. So what you're doing, you're creating this as a habit. And you enjoy it, because really deeply within, I think Dadi Janki had been saying, but I had been paying a lot of, because your thoughts are you're punishing yourself. You're suffering. It's like you go into thought details and it shouldn't be like this, should be like this. Okay, means their drama is powerful, Baba is there, and I should have proper trust. So not allowing mind to just think about anything, but you will know that thought is coming as a reaction or as a response, but doesn't sound right, So then you immediately stop. So if you had been practicing, then you are creating a stage. And when that stage is created, then you can emerge that stage anytime you want. So that's what really Baba wants us, that whichever stage will be needed according to two things. One is situations, and second is for service also. Because we don't have to be just ready for situations, but for also many opportunities of abundance of service, where you are prepared, like you can do it because you have cultivated, you have enough of experience of that stage, being in that stage. So whichever stage is required, you can emerge that. Right? So volcanic yoga is also, as I said, becoming like Bab Saman. Because with Baba, look at Avyakt Baba, even if you might say, you haven't seen Baba Sakar, who was Bitsche Baba and a Karma Yogi combined. Here is only, Baba is sitting, and you see some interaction, but not he's walking, talking, but then also. So when you look at Baba, you can see that how he's just that, whatever qualities of God are. So in the same way, volcanic is where you are preparing your stage, so that whenever, whatever way it's needed, you can emerge that quality, you can emerge that power, and then you find that it's powerful. Volcanic really means that something very powerful. And then, as Baba said, it could be any power, Not necessarily power is what? Like purity is power, right? When your thought is pure, there is power. And especially these days, if you have a pure thought, it's coming from Baba, and because something Baba wants you to be instrument, and there is immediately response that some souls will be touched and that thought is fulfilled in a very natural way. You don't have to make effort. You're looking for something, you turn around, it's there. You're looking for someone, you turn around, he's there or she's there. It's not, according to drama it had to happen, it would have happened anyway, but it matches your thought and the happening. So it's the power of pure thought. So power could be purity, power could be truth, power could be light, power could be love, power could be peace. So power is not only like, oh, I have to be powerful, but how much you take a virtue, like tolerance is a virtue, but tolerance is also a power. Every virtue is also a power. It works as a power, no? When you have nature of patience, then it's really power, because at certain moments you don't have to be, in rush, or you don't have to be irritated, you don't have to do something which you find you have to correct it again. So patience is a power. So that's what every virtue should be so intense, so much experienced and experimented, that when you want to be that embodiment, or that's time you are in a volcanic stage. So one is volcanic yoga, another is volcanic stage. Volcanic stage means powerful. And powerful stage means, first, you are not affected by anything. And second, you are able to make it the way it should be and transform it. Like someone is upset, or someone is angry, someone is having waste thought, but just seeing and connected and feeling the presence should bring change into someone's feelings. Someone will say, like we hear when souls went in front of Brahma Baba. So you have so many thoughts before you go, but when you go in front of Baba, not only you become quiet, like you don't have any questions, but you also start becoming full. The presence brings so much experience. And the souls worldwide are so thirsty and seeking, and will not have time to listen to 20 minutes of talk on soul. But because you are in that volcanic stage, they will experience it. So you will have to say few words, or even through drishti, but they will experience that, they will become silent, or they will become peaceful. And so transformation, not only self-transformation, but also transformation of others. Because these days when people come, they have so many problems. Everyone has some problem or other. So their intellects are not very ready to listen to when you say drama is accurate, repeats 5,000 years. I say, really? This will repeat again? I am already in trouble, and you are saying it's going to repeat that trouble, So there are any simple things of knowledge even, it takes long time for them to relate to what we are saying. So there will be time where they won't really, their intellect will not be able to understand the truth and the reasoning behind this truth, or explanations won't be easy. But that's where your volcanic stage, so Brahma Baba, whenever there was some important guest or he has to come and meet children, so we will go sit and Baba will say, Dadis or whosoever is helping Baba, Baba will come in 5 minutes. So we used to say, but will he rest for 5 minutes? What's going to do? And then we realized that he used to go in the room, and of course he doesn't need to practice soul consciousness, but as he is invoking Baba and bringing Baba, so he will come out in a very deep silence, cheerful, all that, and then sit in front and magic used to happen, transformations, and all of us, means those who have met Baba, within few seconds, there is such a deep, I remember first time came to meet Baba, I experienced such, what I didn't know about purity, impurity much, in the sense of about vices and normally getting upset, little things, but not in a big way. It was very naive, and but immediately, as soon as first time Baba gave drishti, and those days Baba used to, give a beautiful hug, and I felt so deep purity. And I felt that some fire of purity is ignited. And that's where really the purity came, was from Baba's being in Baba's presence. And that's what should happen. The original sanskars of the souls should emerge in our presence. Not that there all other kinds of sanskars start emerging. So that's why it's so important to not only that stage of soul consciousness, but going as in that volcanic stage where they can experience their original stage. And then you don't have to really, it's easy for them to have this spiritual journey because they already felt themselves. Another experience I had was very beautiful image of Goddess, divinity. These were experiences every time I went in front of Baba or some of Dadis, like your own divinity start emerging, looking at their divinity. So that's what will be a beautiful service. It doesn't require effort, but it's like you gave them the vision of their own being, their future, their eternal image. And that's where the Baba talks about that Vivekananda said, I saw this light and I felt, and so that means they are able to have that realization, able to have those moments of experience. And their journey really is like they got that spiritual birth and their journey begins from there. So when Baba says volcanic yoga is not just sitting and doing yoga, but sitting and doing so that you are able to create that stage. And then you keep emerging that as often it is needed. Whether while doing actions, there are so many souls who get inspired just seeing how, of course, Baba is Karma Yogi, but also all of us, because at that time also you can have that stage. You are in kitchen, you are talking to somebody, if you're not doing anything still. So be that image. Be that image. So volcanic is not something like very fiery and scary kind of thing, but this is more like intensity, where you being in that embodiment let others experience, as I said, their original stage or their golden age stage, and that's what happened in the beginning when so many surrendered. Just Brahma Baba said, or they keep surrendering because they must be feeling something, that power. And these days this takes so long to think of when souls have to surrender, right? So I think there will be a lot of changes within ourselves, but also you will find there are a lot of service which will happen from this stage. And then of course we fulfill Baba's desire that to be complete, 100%. And to be Bab Saman means perfect. First I have to be complete and then I have to be perfect, means you're playing part that way. And you become complete, and perfect means it's okay, now you're playing part from that stage. And both are very important. So I thought that we will take 4 thoughts today and spend 15 minutes each on, we don't have 1 hour, but 45 minutes. And we go into that, just one thought, one virtue, and experience it. It's not we don't have experience, but really see how it's working on you and how you are connected with Baba into that image, I think would be very, very good. I have, one of the important thing, of course, silence is one thing, but silence could be experienced with any quality. Yeah. But first important thing, sometimes, because we are playing our part, we're using body, and it's not we are in soul conscious all the time while doing actions, right? So still there is, may not be body consciousness in a negative way, but body consciousness is there. So sometimes when you sit and you say, I am soul, I am point of light, it doesn't really, you don't feel that energy. It was 2 weeks ago, many Murlis Baba had been saying, think you are a soul. How many of you think you are a soul during day? You just think, I am soul. How many of you? Very few. All of you. No, because some of us think we are soul conscious anyway. See, knowing one thing also is little bit ego there, involved. Because, I know, that's what I have to be. I know I am soul for 50 plus years. Right? But as soon as you create a thought, since those Murlis I had been doing it more, that I am soul, then the energy start awakening. I am soul all the time, body, using body and all that, but energy in the sense of that purity, that love, innate qualities start emerging or being detached just with the thought that I am soul. So the first quality, not only quality, but I find is very important is I being a point of light. Because it's, to just feel my right location, right emerging, right innate qualities, and also reach to angelic form also. And reach to Baba, whose light is pure light, very intense and pure. Baba's that. So it's the 3 steps we take in light. And use light in 2 ways. One as the rays and other is as laser. Because when you take light, I'm not, if there are rays, others will definitely get it, but to me, I gave rays lot to myself. Because I need to be in that sakash, no? So if I have to be in sakash, others will receive sakash. But if I say I'm giving sakash, so this way you will find that lot of blockages, lot of levels of influences which surrounds us. And that is why one thing whenever you sit, especially when you sit with Baba or always sit with straight head, You might find that when you start sitting, sometimes head goes like this or this, no? Because there is a beautiful aura you have around you. People who work on energy can immediately tell you that your aura is tilted. That means there is some kind of pressure on you, there is some worry, there is some concern, there is something that you're not able to hold your head. And in Lokik way they give you practice that centralize your energy, all that, and think you are this, but actually soul consciousness. I am soul, I am loveful, I am light, all that, so that your aura doesn't get. They say that's where really many kinds of subtle Because influence is always there, even if I say, no, I'm not thinking, I shouldn't be thinking, but somewhere deep in subconscious mind, if you haven't really kind of cleared it properly, then it emerges. One situation comes and your whole history of 20 years gets connected. It happened, this one had said this, so must be this, must be this. Where we reach. Otherwise, it should be that was past, now is present. So how do I just, use this light so that I can quickly be. So that's why one of the requests I have for all of you, to sit straight, Yeah, you are sitting straight, but you can still try. I'm still seeing some, sit properly, proper posture, and your head also straight, and it's better but not accurate still. It's relaxed. There is nothing, it's just I and Baba, and I have to. And you will feel with your breathing too that how a lot of things we are able to let go of. Because we are not aware, but we are holding lot of little things. Some hurts, whatever, but it has to be holy and healed completely. And then second aspect we will take is about that as a soul, definition of soul is light and might. So might really means pure energy, not just energy. Pure energy. Soul is pure. So when you use word purity, pure energy, you will have completely different. Since about 1.5 years, when I realized that shouldn't just say power, but pure power, pure energy. And it's a beautiful experience of purity, and power within that purity comes. And third we will take is love, and fourth we will take is peace. So first we will do it at level of soul consciousness each, and then go to Baba. And that's where experiencing Baba, because when Baba comes in the Adi Gulzar, she is experiencing God's quality. And that's why she is becoming like that. So not that, Baba, you are bestower, so I want to, no. Baba, you are ocean of peace, so I am with you. Dadi Janki share, I was sitting in front, he will call me to sit here, then it's just like that presence of Baba in that unlimited capacity, in that unlimited quality, so that I as a being becoming that, not only receiving, but becoming that, so that you feel later on that it was Baba's presence. Okay, shall we start our volcanic bhatti? Is it clear? I know it's too simple, right? You thought it will be very complicated. It's not. It's just intensity and to be consistent. Can I, for 20 minutes, be just in one experience? But it's not just one experience, but you will feel many different levels. As you will feel more intensity, you will be very calm, you could be very silent, or you could be detached observer. Your relationship of soul and body will be experienced in a different way. Because soul and body also has relationship. And one of the things happen is that if you are spiritually growing, sometimes your body can't take that too. So how do alignment happens between soul and body? That's where you become victorious, conqueror, not only of sense organs, but of whatever has to happen to the body, but that beautiful alignment which happens between soul and body, that harmony. Om Shanti. So we will stay together on journey, and because of that I will speak few words to just we see that we are kind of focusing on the same, so that collective energy makes it little more, journey becomes more smooth. Even you have to do what you have to do, but still, just to stay together, we do it. So light change kar sakte hain. Very gently you enter within. हमको म्यूजिक नहीं चाहिए. And the entry point is the center of forehead. This is the space where I, as a being of light, very sparkling, beautiful, in the awareness that body is just a vehicle, instrument. But I, as master, as self-sovereign, seated on the throne, have total control and harmony with the body. Now, from this point of light, use the rays of light. And let it pass through. All your inner space. If there is any burden on the shoulders or any concerns, as these rays pass through, it releases all the blockages. So that you get another costume of light. Just the being of light. As this beautiful angel moving upwards, towards subtle regions. Where there is our guiding angel, Brahma Baba. becomes our guide. So we connect with one who is supreme, supreme light. This beautiful soul, angel in front of one, who is our supreme guide. Now in front of Baba, who is supreme light. Just stay with Baba. Just one Baba. One who is ever ignited. The feelings of purity from ever pure purifier Baba. It emerges, the pure energy within me. Purity brings natural silence. Mind and intellect are quiet. Feelings of harmony within. The feelings of oneness. Keep increasing. The intensity of this inner harmony, oneness with Baba. And now, this light and power from Baba Baba is Sakash. We are Baba's currents. This light and Sakash emerges very pure and deep love within the self. just embodiment of love. Very pure spiritual love. Takes me, brings me close to ocean of love. Love which is eternal. Very deeply merged in this pure energy of love. There is a lot of joy, there's a lot of happiness. The power of love, Baba's love, Baba's presence. Baba's protection. This inner lightness and peace. Baba wants us to be carefree kings everything belongs to Baba. So there is no concern, no worry. This eternal flame, the intensity of this pure energy and presence of Baba. Very quiet, still, peaceful. Just stay very close to Baba so that Baba's powers and virtues Just hold this image of Sakash.